love going monthly grocery shopping with my parents. So we go to the store called Jimco. You guys know it. But if you don't know about Jimco is this wonderful place that has everything you could ever think of buying. It has clothes, it has tires, it has groceries. So it was a great place to go. Now, when my parents would go back to the back of the store to do the grocery shopping, I got to spend some time alone and go into the book department, because that was my favorite place. There's this one day I remember. I was going through the store, the book department, trying to find a book to read. I'd look up and down the aisles, and I couldn't find anything. It was really funny, because, I read almost everything. I was 9 years old, but everything held my attention. Well, except romance novels. They had all that kissing and stuff. So I looked around, I looked behind me, and there on a shelf, down at the bottom, was this very large book. It was the Children's Bible. I picked it up and I started flipping through it. First thing I saw was Moses carrying the 10 Commandments down from Mount Sinai. And then there's this picture of Joseph. I must have spent 10 minutes counting every color in that coat that his daddy had made for him. The sounds of the shoppers, they disappeared because I was so involved in this book. I flipped to the back and there was the story of Christ, his birth, his crucifixion, and his resurrection. There was this one picture though. It was Jesus sitting on a rock, and there were these kids sitting around at his feet. And they were looking up at him with such admiration, and he was looking down at them like they were the most important thing in the world. I really wanted to be there with them. All too soon, I heard my mother come up behind me. Nadine, it's time to go. I ignored her. See, I wanted to spend more time with this book. Susan, Nadine, I said it's time to go. Well, I knew that the minute I heard both of my names, I needed to pay attention. So I put the book down, and as I turned to walk out of the store, my mama must have seen something in my face. What were you reading? It was nothing. Sure didn't seem like nothing. Nah, it was nothing. See, I knew we didn't have money to spend on something so unimportant as a book. I mean, we barely had enough money for food, for Colt 45 for my dad, and pills for my mama. Sometimes we didn't have enough money for the food. I got out to the car, my mama right behind me, and she said, "Damn it, I forgot to get the milk. Mom, I'll go get it for you. Now, you stay here and you help your daddy load the groceries." That night, though, when I got home, I was putting the groceries away, and there in that bag with the milk was that Bible. See, I knew how much that had cost my mama to give for me, not in the terms of money, but in the terms of giving of herself. It was her way to show that she loved me. She wasn't the kind of woman to say those kinds of things. She never tucked me into bed or held me. In fact, most of the time, she barely acknowledged that I even existed. But for that one brief moment, when I was 9, I knew that I was loved. Thank you.